All right, Shalom. All praise going on. It goes to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. As always, peace and blessings to the elect. This is another edition of the Mark of the Beast. I'm bringing out more news on the implantable microchip that is indeed the Mark of the Beast, and just how it's spreading worldwide. I just have a couple of articles I want to make some points on, just to show the spread of the knowledge of this technology and how it's soon going to sweep across the world. So this is an article from the irishnews.com. And I just read a quick headline. It says, Irish author Mark O'Connell enters the real world of real-life cyberhumans. It says, and to be a machine, Dublin writer Mark O'Connell delves into the weird and occasionally worrying world of those who believe we can evolve into superior beings via the use of technology. David Roy spoke to O'Connell about penning this award-winning and highly readable account of hanging out with transhumanists. So you got this guy here, which is, he's over there in Europe. He's basically been writing this book about people taking the microchip, and over there in Europe, by the way, the microchip is gaining traction. People use the RFID or the NFC microchip to make payments, travel, use their smartphone, their laptops, get into their jobs and places of business. So it's actually becoming a way of life over there in Europe right now. So I'm just going to read a little bit about this guy's experience, and just to show you just how these people are using this chip over there overseas, and it's going to come over here to America. It says the Dublin journalist and literary critic interviews an eclectic selection of key players, right? And we know that word eclectic goes back to the Greek eklektos, which means elect or chosen. So you have those that have been chosen and set apart to take this chip, this microchip technology, and try it out. And they try this tech out, and then once it gains, a certain momentum, other companies and things like that, and make it accessible to other people. So it says the Dublin journalist and literary critic. The Dublin journalist and literary critic interviews an eclectic selection of key players for the book while visiting a warehouse of cryogenically frozen human bodies and heads for those on tighter budgets. The Silicon Valley labs endeavoring to translate our brains into uploadable code, hanging out with a group of grinders, self-proclaimed cyborgs, sporting a selection of amusingly redundant technological implants, and touring the U.S. in a decrepit coffin-shaped camper van with the first transhumanist president hopeful. And this transhumanist presidential hopeful, he was actually, I believe he was running for president when Trump and Hillary was running. He didn't win, of course, but you got this guy that was actually pushing the RFID chip out there trying to run for president. Okay. You can see here in this image, it says, for how to be a machine, Mark O'Connell's research took him to a warehouse of cryogenically frozen human bodies and heads, and to Silicon Valley labs trying to translate our brains into uploadable code. You can see here on the back of their head, they have this microchip embedded, man, that goes straight to the brain. That's in the scriptures. So this technology of the mark of the beast, which is these microchip implants, is becoming a household. It's going to soon become a household name, man. Okay. let's see here. So it says here, it says, in a way, my ideal trajectory for the narrative in the book was for me to become in some way converted to transhumanism, reveals the author of his 2018 Welcome Book Prize winning tome, which the word tome just means book. It says, I thought that would have been a really interesting thing to happen, and I wanted to at least be open to it, but it just never transpired. At certain points, I was like, oh, maybe I should get an implant, not because I wanted to, but because it would make for something interesting to write about. But ultimately, I thought that would have been slightly forced, a kind of a journalistic stunt or whatever, which is probably just a way of explaining my cowardice. So he was feeling uneasy about getting the microchip. This guy could probably be a Jake, you know? But, I mean, that's neither here or there. But there are people out here that see this technology gaining a certain amount of interest from people worldwide. So they actually go out here, these journalists go out here and they study these things. Okay? It says, however, while O'Connell might not have been up for braving unlicensed surgery in order to be able to perform such superhuman feats as opening a door remotely and other simple tasks already entirely achievable via smartphone, at least one of his readers was more enthused by his reports on Grindr Tech. I got an email from a barista in London. He tells me she never heard of transhumanism or biohacking or the Grindr movement or anything like that. But her reaction to the book was to go out and get an RFID chip implanted in her hand. Okay? So this thing is just it's becoming a thing, man. This transhumanist biohacking movement is becoming a thing. Now I'm gonna jump to another article right here. Okay, I got all kind of articles. I'm gonna do some videos in these articles. This is from epressy.com. It says a chip party on steroids at Shift Business Festival. It says, while RFID chip parties are already popular in Stockholm and Sweden, Shift Business Festival now brings the first chip implant party to Finland. Okay, so it's spreading across Europe, man. Whether it be Ireland or Dublin or Sweden or London, you know, it's becoming a movement, man. It says, as usual, Shift sets the bar high with a unique setting, a chip party of several thousand business people in an old prison. What kind of... That's Esau for you, man. But this just shows you that this RFID is going to... Basically, in order to get a job, you're going to have to start getting these implants, man, real soon. And that's how they're pushing it. That's why you got these different business people chipping themselves to test out the technology. Okay, it says on Wednesday night, and this is this past Wednesday, it says night at the Shift 2018 after party, festival visitors will have not only a possibility to get acquainted with the numerous possibilities RFID chips offer for wireless communication and information transfer, but also get an actual implant as well. It says the long-awaited implanted RFID microchip will finally arrive to Finland with Lassi Sadoro. He's one of the most experienced and respected European body modification artists and provides professional RFID implant procedures. All right, so we got to be on the lookout for people in America to really start pushing this chip too. You know, have different chip parties and things like that, which they already did that in Wisconsin. Okay, but once it tests out overseas, they're gonna bring it over here to the States. It says naturally I have a chip of my own. There I have two different levels of information, totally open like my visit card, and totally personal, which I use to open my phone or computer, Sadoro said. So these people, they're getting these chips, man, these parties and these business chip parties, man. It says at Shift, 2018, the future of the human body will be discussed in the Amplified Humans program track, especially the Swedish chip guy Hans Zoblad's keynote Connected Body, the Internet of Humans, will cover the subject of RFID chip implants. All right. And down here at the bottom, it says additional information. Chip implant demonstration. There's a video on YouTube. Manufacture dangerous things. Everybody should know about dangerous things by now with the chip. Vivo Key Payment Solutions. Okay. So basically, they're adding payment solutions to these microchips, and it mentions this guy Amal Gloucester from Dangerous Things. Okay. So you're going to be able to pay with the microchip. That's the mark of the beast. You're going to be able to use the microchip to pay for different items, man. Okay. All right, here I'm just gonna read a little bit of this down here. It says U plus Vivo key means your biological and digital identities can be cryptographically merged, ensuring the one true you is the only you using your devices, sending your messages, reading your email, accessing your accounts, opening your doors, driving your vehicles, and spending your money. And they're partnering with this guy here, Amal Gloucester here, from Dangerous Things, man. All right, and you can see the image behind them is the right hand. All right, and that's where they want to put the chip. That's in the prophecies in Revelation, the 13th chapter, and the 14th chapter. Okay. So we're coming to this point. Okay, prophecies are coming to pass. 2018, the year of prophecy. All right. And I have one more article, which is here from the Daily. Let's see here, the Daily HODL.com. It says cyborg technology can put Bitcoin in every body. All right. And this is where they're going with this thing, man. And this is what, May 22nd, 2018. All of these articles are within the last week. Okay. Last couple of days. It says around 3,000 cyber Swedes have small right-sized chip implants. They're part of a study to monitor microchips embedded under the skin on the back of a person's hand. In a gesture that's as simple as a handshake, participants can swipe or wave a hand to pay for shopping, book train tickets, and access buildings. The tiny implant can effectively replace credit cards, physical keys, and tickets. Okay. If you can't see that the mark of the beast is the microchip, you're an idiot, man. You're an idiot, and you deserve to be destroyed by the Heavenly Father, man. Okay. We're not going to cry for you. We're not going to lament. We're going to, there's not going to be no buts. You deserve to be killed and destroyed, man, by the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Basham Shai, and His Son. Okay, I'm gonna read this next paragraph. It says the biggest benefit, I think, is convenience, said Patrick Masterton in an interview with the AP, which Associated Press, which is a highly reputable company, man. Okay, news company. It says Masterton is the co-founder and CEO of Epicenter, Sweden's startup hub for technological innovation. It basically replaces a lot of things you have, other communication devices, whether it be credit cards or keys. Okay. All right. So they want to use Bitcoin and things like that. Right here, right down here, it says meet Martin Wismajer, the marketing manager at Bitcoin ATM manufacturer General Bytes, who calls himself the first man to become a human Bitcoin wallet. In 2014, he decided to store his private Bitcoin keys in chips that he had implanted under his skin. He explains how he made his body a walking Bitcoin ATM and this mind-bending TEDx talk. All right, and look, man, you can see all these YouTube videos. There's all these YouTube videos, man, showing how they want to use digital currency and the microchip implants within your hand, man. Okay. All right. It says today, bioimplantable Bitcoin wallets are still considered cyborg creepy, despite social norms that have made lip implants, cheek implants, butt implants, breast implants, and many different cosmetic injectables everyday procedures. With 3,000 plus Swedes turning the tide toward embedded chips, it may not be too long before crypto enthusiasts mired in wallets, passwords, and strings of digits decide that the best way to keep track of the digital assets is with the flick of a wrist. Right. And with your hand is attached to your wrist, man, you know. So it's slowly but surely becoming a thing, man, you know. This microchip technology is soon going to be pushed worldwide and all over America. All right. And we warned you that it's the mark of the beast. Don't take it, for the Lord will destroy you. Okay, but you've been warned, and those that have been warned will be destroyed. And with that, I'm gonna end it there. Hope you all were edified. Give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai, by Shem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom, and don't take the chip.